Welcome to the Garden Report post-Thanksgiving Day edition. I am Jared Weiss. I'm joined by Josue Pavone of WEI, and the Celtics just fell to the San Antonio Spurs 109-103. And it looks like the gravy just kind of fueled the Spurs a little bit there extra in the fourth quarter. We saw Kawhi Leonard, he really controlled the game. Patty Mills had a huge second half. And then LaMarcus Aldridge gets the all-important rebound to really close out the game for them. But first, let's talk about what Mills and Leonard did in that fourth quarter. We saw they go to Leonard when they need some ISO scoring or they just need to kind of regain control of that game. And that was huge because Isaiah had a few huge plays to keep the Celtics in it there, but Leonard eventually shut him out.
Yeah, he had one of the biggest plays of the night when he knocked down that three. But I was really surprised what Isaiah had to say about that last play. He blamed himself on that one, which I thought the blame would go down on Marcus Smart. But either way, Patty Mills left wide open. His pretty much the dagger three, and then of course that just made it that sealed the win for San Antonio towards the end when Aldridge managed to grab that offensive rebound, and that was pretty much it for the Celtics.
Yeah, I mean, Isaiah should have switched over to recover onto Patty Mills there, so that was kind of that crucial mistake. And Isaiah knows that he's not winning the individual defensive matchup, so he has to hold his own on help defense there. That was pretty brutal. Patty Mills even had from the Celtics logo at half court to end the third quarter, he had a three from there. So he was absolutely on fire in the second half of this game.
Yeah, that
he had
one
a
was
crucial reverse layup on the baseline. He made a lot of big plays that kind of gave San Antonio that spark that he needed.
19 points off the bench. The bench combined for over 50 points. Crazy. I mean, that's the kind of outing you want to see from the Celtics. Yeah. You know, I think the Celtics have the bench and they have the talent in the bench to become one of those deepest teams in the league. But I think they could be the deepest team in the East. But it's going to take some time. This team is still a work in progress, and I think the San Antonio Spurs really showed that tonight.
Well, they can't challenge Cleveland's depth probably, but they're right there. But the big difference, of course, is that they get that final rebound. LaMarcus Aldridge, he ends up alone, boxing out Avery Bradley. He gets that rebound pretty easily. Brad Stevens talked about size rebounds kind of killing them in the end, and that's always been an issue for them, and it was kind of that last dagger for them tonight.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed by what Amir Johnson brought to the table today. I know we're not expecting a whole lot from Amir Johnson, but when you're playing against a team like the San Antonio Spurs that had those bigs that can come up with big rebounds, you would like to see him grab 7-8 rebounds in this one. I thought he was getting kind of pushed around on the defensive end. He looked lost in some plays. So I think that had a big role in it. Kelly Olynyk had a decent game, especially on offense, because he wasn't just relying on the three-pointer. He actually made a stop today, which is a sign that maybe he could start showing more of a defensive presence for the Celtics team in terms of playing in the front court. But, I mean, they were just really outmatched down low. And it also led to open backdoor cuts. Celtics gave up a lot of layups throughout that second half. The Spurs were in their flow, and the Celtics just couldn't get back into their offense that we saw in the first half.
All right, well, we'll be back. Before we go, though, Blue Apron is the sponsor of this show, and they are going to take care of you with a great home-cooked meal. Go to blueapron.com/Garden Report. You will get 3 free meals and free shipping. I just made some Vietnamese meatballs last night, and it was 2 nights ago, and they were delicious.
Oh,
so
I know all about
that's the good stuff right there. blueapron.com/Garden Report. This is the Garden Report after the Celtics fall to the San Antonio Spurs 109-103.